Hi everyone, welcome to your hour-long dynamic Pilates session. My name is Yasmin Say. I'm a London-based personal trainer and Pilates instructor. This session today that we're going to do is going to be a full body session, and it's going to be beginners and intermediate level, although of course I'll be offering modifications throughout the class. It's important to know before you start, if you are currently suffering from any injuries or other health issues, to keep those in mind and to please take the modification that is best suited to your body. Most importantly, as I always say at the beginning of any of my classes, is to really listen to your body. Pilates is first and foremost all about mind-body connection. So be kind to your body. I always say ego's left at the door. And challenge yourself as much as you feel you need to. So for today's session, you are going to need a bender ball, a Pilates circle, and also a flex band. And you might need a block. As you can see, I'm sitting up on a Pilates block. So please keep those just by your side and to use them as and when. So we're going to get started today focusing on breathing first. So I like to sit up on a block when I'm in a seated position, mainly so I'm not slumping into my lumbar spine here and forming almost like this quite lazy rounded posture. So by sitting onto a block, it just props up my hips a little bit, elevates those hips so that they're more in line with my knees, and so I'm not sitting uncomfortably like this and really gripping into my hip flexors. So if it just helps you to, again, prop those hips up so you have a slightly more anterior tilt of your pelvis. And you're going to need your flex band to just focus on the breathing to start off with. So by wrapping the band around your ribs, your rib cage, crossing it over, and just resting your hands on your thighs. And you can do this with your eyes closed, or you can keep them open. I just want you to focus on the breathing, focusing inwards, as you take a nice long inhale through the nose, expanding through those ribs, taking a pause at the top, and then exhaling through pursed lips. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through pursed lips. And as you continue with this pattern of breathing, I want you on every inhale to really feel like you're expanding sideways and to the back of your rib cage. 60% of your lung capacity is found in the back body, so it's important that we try and access that lung capacity from the back of the ribs. So really feeling like you're expanding sideways, you're really expanding through that band sideways. And as you exhale, I want you to draw the belly button into the lower spine, making sure you're relaxing through those shoulders, keeping that length in the sides of the waist. And with every exhale now, I want you to start gently to engage those deeper abdominals, the transversus abdominis. So starting to engage the pelvic floor so it can work in synergy with your breathing. So with every exhale, you're pulling the belly button in, lifting up lightly through your pelvic floor muscles, and being mindful not to overcontract those pelvic floor muscles. It's very easily done. We can do that throughout life a little bit too much. So for Pilates, you're really looking at a gentle contraction, like you're pulling a tissue out of a tissue box. Taking another long inhale, expand. Exhale. And just remembering to come back to the breath. Whenever your breathing speeds up slightly, you feel like it's slightly out of control. First and foremost, the breath is really fundamental here. So from here, we're just going to take a nice long inhale through the nose again. Exhale through the mouth. And taking that breathing into a little rotation here. So taking an inhale, as you exhale, just take a slight twist over to your left-hand side. Inhale, exhale, twist over to the right. And keeping that length through the entire spine. Every time you twist, reaching the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, as if there is a piece of string lifting you upwards. Just one more to each side. And then last one. And then from here, coming back to center, you're just going to draw the chin towards the chest, the right ear to the right shoulder, and drawing nice big head circles all the way around. We're just doing some light mobilization here before we come and roll down to the mat. One more. And then change direction all the way around. Just noticing where it feels tight or restricted in the body. And then back to center. Bringing the chin down towards the chest and then raising the gaze up towards the ceiling. Lengthening the front and the back of the neck. We spend so much time in this forward head posture, looking down at devices, looking at screens, and so on. So it's nice to get a nice long stretch in the front of the neck here. Back to center and then tilting the head to one side and then over to the other side. Lengthening the sides of the neck. And each time you do pull the head to one side, I want you to pull the opposite shoulder down away from your ears. You'll feel an extra long stretch there. Next one you do, you're going to bring the hand to the side of the head and a gentle pull here. Now just turning your gaze to look underneath your armpit on the left hand side in this case, and then up towards the ceiling on the right. And then gently switch sides, looking underneath the armpit on the right and up to the ceiling on the left. And then releasing it there. You're going to do nice big shoulder rolls here, pulling the heads of the shoulders forwards, up, back, and then down. One more of those. And then change direction, squeezing back, up, forward, and down. Loosening up any tension in those shoulders. And then releasing it there. You're going to slide the hands towards the knees. We're going to do a gentle cat-cow here, tilting the pelvis posteriorly. And then as you slide the hands towards the hips, lengthening. And again, exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. One more time. And then lengthen. Good, coming back. Just bringing the arms out to the sides here, pushing the palms away and really lifting those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Now, it should feel quite intense. A lot of wrist mobility work is quite intense. So I want you to really feel the stretch into your wrists. Curl the fingers in, pull the knuckles down towards the ground. Again, feel that pull in the back of the wrists. And then gently release, interlacing your fingers, pressing the palms together and drawing circles round in one direction. And then the opposite direction. And then release it there. You're going to extend your legs out in front and you're going to draw the right leg in towards your body. Now restrict as much of the movement in the leg as you can, and you're going to draw circles through your ankles here. So you'll probably feel a lot of clicking and cracking. That's totally normal. So just want to get a little bit of mobilization into those ankles, changing direction. And as you do this, you're flexing and pointing the feet at the same time. And then release it there, over to the other side, squeeze it in, and then point and flex the foot as you rotate round, and then over to the other side. And then re-extend that leg, pointing and flexing the feet so that you know the difference between the two. A lot of the cues I bring into some of the exercises, you're either flexing or pointing your feet, so it's important to feel the difference. Also, how the engagement of the muscles in the legs changes between the two movements. And then release it there. You're just going to take yourself off the block, just bring yourself into a 90-90 position here. So a little bit of hip mobility here. Options, option 1 will be a little bit more base level throughout the class. Option 2, a little bit more intermediate. So you can rest your hands behind you, especially if you are feeling tight through the hips. You're going to lift those knees up and over to the other side. And again, up and over to the other side. And we're just doing these little hip twists here. 90-90 position, just flipping the knees over from side to side. If you want to, you can use your core a little bit more by really squeezing into the fists and creating what is known as irradiation in the body. A little bit of tension so that you can really keep that torso upright and really utilize the core. This might start to move a little bit. So from here, grabbing your bender ball, whichever leg is in front, it doesn't matter. You're going to swap sides in a second. 90-90, bring the ball to the side of the front leg, taking an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to reach over into this light side bend here, and then inhale back up. Exhale, reaching over, lengthening the sides of the waist, and then back up. One more time, exhale, and then back up. We're going to switch sides here. Inhale, and then exhale, lengthen away, and then back up. Inhale, reach, exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale, and then slowly back up. Brilliant work, guys. So from here, let's come onto all fours. You're going to wrap the flex band around the middle of your back. Make sure it is secure there because it can pop up quite easily. Spread the fingers wide, shoulders over your wrists, hips over the knees. From here, you're going to lengthen on your inhale. Coming into your cat stretch. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the pelvis and push into the band. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round the spine, articulating. One more time, inhale. And then exhale, round the spine. Push into that band like an angry cat here. And then gently release. Now you can keep the band where it is, sitting back on your heels. Just going to come into some protraction and retraction. So holding onto that band so you have that resistance there. You're going to keep the arms straight. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, and then exhale. So we're getting a little bit of movement through our scapular muscles here. Moving in between protraction and retraction. So you're separating the shoulder blades here. And then exhale, squeezing the shoulder blades in. One more time. Inhale. And then exhale, squeeze. Excellent. Release the band. Place it over to the side. From here, back onto all fours. You're going to extend the left leg out behind you. Now square off the hips here, drawing the knee to the elbow. Inhale, exhale, knee to upper arm. Inhale, exhale, knee a little bit higher. Place the left foot outside of the left hand. Now reaching that left arm out in front of you. Exhale, follow it round into a big circle. Reaching. So we're just getting a little bit more into the hips again, warming the body up. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale, I want you to place the hand on the inside of the thigh, not on the knee joint, and just open up the hip to where it's comfortable. You want to feel that nice stretch into the hip. Maybe you look over the shoulder, and then gently release back. We're going to go over to the other side. Inhaling, reaching the right leg back. Square off the hips, knee to elbow. And back, knee to upper arm. And back, knee to upper arm again, foot outside of the hand, reaching the right arm forward, exhale, circle it around. And again, inhale, exhale. Two more, exhale, final one. Exhale, hand on the inside of the thigh, and again, opening up that hip. This side might feel very different to the other side. And then slowly releasing, coming back. Finally here, just to open up the hips a little bit and into the lower back. Pivoting on the left knee, turn the left foot out. And then exhale, pivot on the right foot, on the right knee. Out to one side, and then over to the other side. And if you don't feel this through the hips and to the lower back, then you might need to pivot away a little bit further until you do feel it. One more on each side. And then grabbing your blue ball, you're going to come to the top of your mat here. Root those feet down, ball in between the knees, squeeze into the inner thighs here, feet grounded, arms out in front, palms facing down. Relax those shoulders away from the ears as you exhale, slowly articulating down in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms down by your sides, palms facing up. Open wide through the collarbones here, shoulders relaxed. Shuffle the heels in if they've started to escape a little bit too much. Relaxing down, head in neutral. Take an inhale, exhale, squeeze through the ball, tuck the pelvis and roll the spine off one vertebrae at a time up towards the ceiling, coming into your hip rolls. Inhale, squeeze the ball, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, upper, mid, lower spine. Inhale, exhale, squeeze through the ball, rolling up, articulating. Now there might be a particular area of your spine right now that feels really tight, restricted. Maybe spend a bit more time rolling through that area. You really want to feel every vertebra peel off the mat, squeezing at the top, and then peel down each vertebra, upper, mid, and lower spine. We're going to hold the next one up, rolling up, holding here. Squeeze into the glutes, lifting that pelvis high. Just the arms. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale. Reaching the arms overhead into a long spine stretch. And keeping those arms active as if they're moving through a tube or a tunnel. So keeping them shoulder width apart. One more time here. Inhale. Hold them here. Taking another big inhale. And then 10 pulses of the ball. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, squeeze the glutes. And then slowly rolling down, upper, mid, lower spine, in that order. Fingertips to your hip bones, to those bony landmarks on top of your hips here, and starting to go through those pelvic tilts, tilting forwards and backwards, noticing the difference between the two, the arch to the lower back, and then the flat back to the mat, your imprint. Find halfway between the two, your neutral position here. Now your neutral position, you have that slight pocket of air underneath the lower back. It's going to feel different on everyone, but essentially you want to imagine that there is a little blueberry resting underneath your lower back here, and that you're not going to crush that blueberry. The more accurate way I prefer to check is to place the hands on top of the pelvis with an arrow down towards your pubic bone. If you look down and that space between your fingertips is relatively neutral here, where I could place a hot cup of coffee on top of my pelvis without it tipping over, I know I'm in a good spot, okay? So we're going to test out that pelvic stability. So you're going to grab your blue ball, you're going to place it underneath your feet, and you're going to need your Pilates circle. So feet here. Being aware, being mindful of that neutral spine. Going to place the circle behind your head here with the palms facing up towards that top pad. Resting the head down. Inhale, you're going to roll the ball out. Exhale, flex the spine off the mat, looking towards your knees. Inhale, extend the legs. Exhale, draw the ribs down towards your hips and compress your abdomen. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, head and shoulders off. One more time, inhale. Exhale, holding it here, taking an inhale here. As you exhale, pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach a little bit further, and then exhale, release. Grab the knees, hug them into the chest, give yourself a good squeeze here. And then from here, guys, you're going to grab your ball. You're going to lift your pelvis up and place the ball underneath your pelvis. Now, just make sure that the ball is in the right spot, not underneath your lower back, that it is resting underneath your pelvis, and your pelvis is sitting quite heavy onto the ball. Now, again, you want to check that you're in that neutral position as well. Arms down by your sides. You're going to inhale one leg, exhale the other leg up to tabletop. Options here for your toe taps. You can reach your arms up towards the ceiling for more intermediate, or keep them down. As you exhale, toe tap your right foot, inhale up. Exhale, toe tap your left. You are hinging from your hips here. The knees stay at 90 degrees. So you want to imagine that someone has placed a knee brace on both of your legs, preventing the shape of the legs from changing. If you want to, of course, you can bring your arms up. This requires a lot of pelvic stability and, of course, core strength here. Working through those lower abdominals, keep compressing the abdomen. Last two here, exhale, and then exhale. And then from here, arms down by your sides. If they were up, or you can keep them up, squeeze the legs together. You're going to go for both. Exhale. Exhale. This is a lot harder. There is no necessity to bring the feet all the way down into your toe tap. So again, just work with the range of movement that best suits you. Of course, if you want to, you can bring the arms up. Keep the inner thighs connected. Squeeze into your inner thighs. That will help allow that pelvic floor to remain activated. Last one. Coming up, I'm going to bring my arms down for this one. You're going to extend the legs. Point the toes. Keep the legs active. Inhale, circle out. Exhale, circle in. Inhale, and then exhale. You can go bigger with your circles. However, I find in terms of the core and pelvic stability, it's actually harder to make the circle smaller. Change direction. Inhale, and then exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Slowly, one foot down, other foot down. Lift the pelvis off the ball safely and come back down to the mat. From here, you're going to tilt the pelvis, come into imprint. So now our lower back is flat to the mat. One leg up to tabletop, other leg up to tabletop. Squeeze the legs together. Arms out a little bit wider. Taking an inhale, exhale. Just a little side twist here. Bringing the knees over to the right. Inhale, use the abdominals, bring back to center. Exhale, over to the other side. Inhale, and then exhale. Inhale, and then exhale. One more each side, squeezing those inner thighs, keeping them connected. And then last one. And then back. We're going to take this into our double leg stretch here. So as I take an inhale, tuck my chin. Exhale, I come into my starting position. You can do this exercise with just the legs and the head and the shoulders down, okay? So I'm demonstrating the more intermediate version here. Hands by the sides of your shins. As you inhale, reach the arms, extend them overhead. Exhale, bring them back in. Keeping my chin tucked as if I have a little apple tucked underneath my chin. Inhale, and then exhale. You only lower the legs insofar as you can maintain that imprint. Last one. And then slowly down, one foot down and other foot down. I'm going to grab the ball, going to place it underneath my knees and start to rock myself up and down just to gather some momentum to come up ready for my rolling like a ball. Now, you don't have to go for this version. I find that it's quite good to prevent the legs from flicking backwards and almost losing control of the movement. Everything here is about rounding the spine into that C curve, grabbing the ankles, only looking at the knees so that you don't fling the head back and you roll onto your neck and head, which we want to avoid doing. So engage the core, taking an inhale as you roll back, exhale, roll up. Should feel like a seamless movement here and really fluid, yeah? You should feel in control of the movement, that you're not using too much momentum or speed. Last 3. Last 2. 1 for good luck, maybe without the hands here. Holding here, maybe releasing. 4, 3, 2, 1, grab the ball, cross the legs, roll the ball away. Keep that rounding in your spine. We do a lot of decompression of the spine in Pilates, so shell stretch is much needed. And then taking an inhale, exhale, roll yourself back up. Grabbing your ball, you're going to need that as we come down into a couple of extension exercises here. So for the first one, we're going to do something a little bit more basic, breaststroke prep. So your arms are going to be down by your sides here, your legs are hip width apart. Again, you want to bring yourself into a neutral position. So I'd like you to imagine that you've got an ice cube underneath your belly button here. Looking down towards the ground. If you need a headrest or a block even underneath your forehead for more comfort, please feel free to do that. Pressing the pubic bone down, using that core. As you exhale, extend crown of head away from tailbone as you extend the spine off the mat. And then slowly down back to the mat. Exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, melt back down to the mat. So squeezing the glutes helps here as well, just to maintain that nice tension in the body. And you're trying to reach the crown of the head away from the tailbone. So you're only really lifting up until the lower ribs. The lower ribs stay down on the mat. One more time here. Exhale. And then inhale. Exhale, release. Good. Grabbing your blue ball, we're going to come into a slightly deeper extension now, swan dive. So you're going to bring the legs a little bit wider, toes turned out, your forearms resting down onto the ball, squeezing into the glutes, pushing down on your pubic bone, and then from here as you exhale, rolling the ball in, crown of head away from your tailbone. Inhale, exhale, melt the ball away. And again, inhale, exhale, slowly extending upwards. Your gaze should be sort of halfway up the wall opposite you. Inhale and then exhale down. Just doing 3 more of these. Inhale, exhale down. Last 2. Inhale, exhale down. And last one. Inhale and then exhale down. Good. Place the ball to the side. Push your hands down on the mat. Round your spine. Come into shell stretch. You can bring your arms down by your sides here, or you can bring them out in front. Taking an inhale, back and sides of the rib cage. Get back to that breathing. And then exhale, roll yourself up. Lower, mid, upper spine. Roll those shoulders back and down. Coming onto all fours here. Now, shoulders stacked over the wrists, hips over knees. A little bit of wrist mobility, turning those fingers in towards your body. Now, just shift your body weight backwards so you get that lovely stretch into the wrists here. But careful that your heels of the palms don't lift off the mat. So try and keep rooted through those hands. And then release it there. And then from here, coming onto the backs of the palms with your fingertips facing in. Now this can feel quite intense, so please be kind to your wrists. And if you need to bend the elbows a little bit, then please do so. Holding it here. and then releasing it back. Good. You're going to grab your blue ball here. You're going to place it underneath your right hand. So we're going to come into just some single reps of similar to bird dog, if you know it. As you exhale, you're going to flex into that left foot and you're going to kick the heel up towards the ceiling as you extend the ball away. Inhale back in, and again, exhale. Make sure your gaze here is looking to the top of your mat, just beyond your fingertips, but not looking underneath the body to compromise that neutral position of your spine. And let's go for one more. On your next one, you're going to roll it out and hold it here. Now from here, you're going to press into the blue ball and pulse up your leg towards the ceiling. Keep that core engaged, and 10 little exhales. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, and then exhale, release back down. Over to the other side. Set it up, and then when you're ready, exhale. Push, inhale down. Exhale. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale. Holding this one out here. Find that position, find that balance, and then exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, and then exhale, roll down. Just come into a quick shell stretch here. I like to use the ball on top of my abdomen as I round over it, taking an inhale, and then exhale as you roll yourself up. Grabbing the ball again, placing it in between your thighs, shoulders over wrists. We're going to come into a leg pull front prep. So tucking the toes under, and then as you exhale, hovering those knees just half an inch. Again, just check where your head positioning is, that you're not looking underneath, that you are looking just beyond your fingertips, keeping the back of the neck long. From here, taking an inhale, exhale, hover the knees to the left. Don't lift those hips too high. Inhale, exhale over to the right. Just working into those obliques here. Still working into that pelvic floor. Core engaged. Remain strong. One more to each side. And then over to the right. Back to the center. If you need to pause, you can always bring your knees down. Second round here as we lift up. Exhale, lift the right foot off. Inhale down. Exhale, left. Keep pressing the ground away. Stay strong through those shoulders. It's taking quite a lot of weight in the body. And down. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Holding here, squeezing into that ball, and then lower down. Final one, if you want to take it any further, then come on to the next exercise that I'm about to demonstrate. Otherwise, you might want to revisit either one of those previous two exercises. So you're going to shuffle the knees back, shoulders are over the wrists, squeezing into the ball. So we're in this 3/4 plank here. As you exhale, tuck the toes, extend the legs, squeeze the ball. Push the ground away. Start slight rounding through your upper back. Inhale, tap. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, tap. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, tap. Exhale, squeeze. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale, hold. Crown of the head forward, heels back. Squeeze the bum. Squeeze the ball. Push the ground away, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down, round the spine again, shell stretch. Very well done, guys. That was a tough combo there for the core. Taking an inhale, as you exhale, rolling your spine up. Excellent. Going to grab your band here, coming into a seated position. Place the band around the balls or the midfoot, I would say, as long as it's strong. Now, trust me when I say flexing the feet here is really important, because when this band flicks up in your face, which it has done for me before, it really hurts. So again, just make sure those feet are active, they're flexed, those ankles are flexed, and your legs are feeling strong. Now, lifting yourself up again, prevent any of that rounding in the lower spine here. And then cross the band over and reach your arms out in front. Shoulders away from the ears, palms down. As you exhale, flex the right elbow, twist. Inhale. Exhale, left elbow twist. So this is kind of a modification on a spine twist here. I want you to keep the crown of the head raising up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Exhale. And remember, in Pilates, where we're twisting from is the rib cage, the waist. So the rest of my body is pretty still from the pelvis downwards. Of course, there's going to be sometimes a tiny little bit of movement in the pelvis because your spine is attached to the pelvis. However, because my legs are strong here, the muscles are engaged, there's not a lot of movement there. One more to each side. Last one. And then from here, you're going to uncross the band, flexing into those feet so much that your heels lift off, yeah? Careful that you don't lean back here. As you exhale, just a little bit of glute work here, opening the band and then closing. Exhale, open. So now we're starting to work on our glute medius, yeah? Those side glutes. We'll be working on those in a moment when we get to our side lying exercises. And then just one more here, single rep, and then you're just going to pulse it out for 10, 9, 8. Keep those legs active. 6, 5, sitting nice and tall. 3, 2, 1, release, heels down. Maybe grab a little bit more of the band between your thumb and index finger, about knee length or knee height. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the pelvis, slowly roll down, lower, mid, upper spine, one by one. Coming into our full roll up. Inhale, tuck the chin. Exhale, slowly, upper, mid, lower. As you bicep curl the band, looking down towards your knees. Notice the boobs, belly, rib cage are off the thighs. Inhale, articulate up. Exhale, slowly roll down, lower, mid, upper spine, putting on those brakes. Inhale, tuck your chin. Exhale, rolling up, bicep curling. Now you can continue on with the band, okay? Feel free to do so. If you are sort of regularly doing full roll up, you can use the circle, you can just use your arms. As you exhale, rolling down, rolling down, rolling down. This is definitely one to do if you really want to improve on your abdominal strength here. Inhale and then exhale. Really squeezing into the circle as you slowly put the brakes on. Let's go for one more. As you come down. You're going to actually grab your circle, so if you haven't got it, grab it now. From here, you're going to bring your right leg to tabletop, extending your left leg off the ground. We are in imprint here. Knee is stacked over the hip, pointing the toes. The circle is above my chest. I tuck my chin in, head and shoulders off. Exhale into your single leg stretch. From here, really extending that extended leg away from you. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Either rest here or immediately into obliques, reaching the ring to the outer side of that bent knee. Inhale, exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Slowly head and shoulders down. One foot, other foot. Let's go for a full spine stretch here. Whoo! That was a lot on the abdominals. That definitely created some heat in the body. Good. From here, slowly coming onto your side, we are coming into the side lying exercises. So first things first is getting the position right. So I'm going to start on my right hip, okay? So arm out, stretched underneath you, head resting on. Again, if you want a little head rest here, the block, please feel free to put that there now. Bending your knees. Or actually what we're going to do today, we're going to do sort of extended legs here. So I want you to really make sure that you are in this neutral position. The most important part here is ensuring that we are in neutral. So first things first, looking down, making sure that you can see your feet. Secondly, you want the hips stacked on top of one another so that you can see that both legs are the same length, okay? So lengthening that top leg downwards and creating this little mouse house is what I kind of use as an analogy here. So you want to make sure that there's that little pocket of air again where we mentioned that blueberry at the start of the session, just underneath here. Hand in front of you. And from here, once you're in that position, you feel the length in the side of the waist here. You're going to inhale, lift and point the toe. Exhale, flex the foot down. So we're creating this lengthening sensation down the side of the body. Almost imagine that someone is grabbing your foot and lengthening your leg away from you. Lifting, exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. One more time. Inhale. Exhale down, point the toes, lift the leg to about hip height here, and then little circles forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, resting the foot down, bringing the leg up again on your inhale, exhale, tap in front, inhale up, exhale, tap behind. So just being aware of your pelvic stability here with any of these exercises. Are the hips rocking and roll like Shakira hips? We don't want any Shakira hips, unfortunately, in Pilates. So keep the hips nice and stable, squeeze into the glutes if you need to, or you can also bring the legs slightly forward of the torso. That's also a good idea. And then from here, bringing the legs together. Now from here, I want you to top arm on top of the legs here, pressing into that bottom hand, so our right hand. As you take an inhale, exhale, extend, crown of head away from your tailbone and your toes. Slowly down. Exhale. Inhale, core is strong, pelvic floor switched on. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. From here, we've got one more exhale. Maybe you reach your arm up here, squeezing into the inner thighs. 3, 2, 1, and then gently release. Come up onto that side. Going to take you into side bend on this side. So I'll show both modifications of side bend, more basic level, more intermediate level. So your left foot is going to be slotted into your right. Your knee, your front knee here is going to be in line with your wrist. Now never collapse into the shoulder. As we've already realized with the plank, you can take a lot of weight into your shoulders. So stay strong through the shoulder, arm over on the top here. As you exhale, squeeze the bum, push the hips forward and up as you come into your side bend. Make sure there's space between your bicep and your ear. And remember, you really want to push those hips up. We're coming into this lateral flexion here, so we don't want to come into like a modified side plank position. Inhale and then exhale. If this is your modification, please do another 4 to 6. Otherwise, 4, Intermediate, wrist comes more in line with your hip here. Maybe the feet slide out, push into the feet, and then fully come up, extending your legs and coming into side bends. Slowly release down. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the bum as you push your hips forward and up. And then last one, inhale, exhale, and then slowly down. Good work, guys. Let's go over to the other side, setting it up for the side lying exercises on this side. So head resting down. Can I check my feet, that they're in view, and also my legs are the same length, checking for the little mouse house, and then when we're ready, then lifting, inhale, exhale, flex. Inhale, point, and flex. Point, and then flex. Point, and then flex. Feeling that length down the sides of the waist, keeping that core engaged, glutes engaged too, and then one more. And then bringing the leg just about hip height, starting to draw circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's reverse it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, squeeze the inner thighs together, top arm on top of the thigh, taking an inhale. As you exhale, extend, and then down. Exhale, squeeze, and then down. And again, really keeping pelvic floor engaged, inner thighs connected here, and reaching the crown of your head away from your tailbone. So if you feel you're starting to collapse back, then slightly bring the legs forward of the torso here. And then down. Let's do the last one. Maybe reach the arm up, engage that core, keep breathing, hold for 3, 2, 1, and release. I forgot the other exercise, so we're going to do it now. So we're going to lift up that top leg, exhale, tap in front, inhale, exhale, tap in behind, inhale, exhale, tap in front, inhale. And again, being aware of that pelvis, no Shakira hips here. That's why it's good to have the hand in front. Exhale, one more. Exhale, and then back. Coming up, whichever modification you chose for side bend, I'd usually recommend to do on the other side. However, having said that, you might have one stronger side than the other. So go with what is best for you. I'm going to go for the intermediate version. Arm out in front, inhale, exhale, coming into that full side bend. Reaching over, reaching my pelvis towards the front of the room and up, and then slowly down. And again, exhale. And then down. I'm going to go for 2 more. Remembering to stay strong through the shoulder. Last one. And then down. Slowly. Excellent work, guys. Good. Shake out those wrists a little bit. Just going to come into a downward dog position here, tucking the toes, and then just pedaling out through those feet a little bit. You can be quite freestyle here. Pedal them out, maybe just stay in stillness a little bit. And then from here, just going to walk the hands in about halfway. You're going to grab your right ankle with your left hand, pulling yourself in. And maybe looking underneath the armpits here. Slowly release. And then over to the other side. And then back to center. Slowly walk your hands in towards your feet. From here, bending the knees. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, tuck the pelvis. And with control, slowly start restacking the spine. Lower, mid, upper vertebra. Like building blocks here. The head is the last thing to leave the body. At the top, take your time, roll those shoulders back and down. Now from here, interlacing the fingers behind, press the palms together without leaning forward. You're going to extend those arms back into shoulder extension. So keeping that nice neutral position of the spine, and maybe with each exhale, you can reach those arms further back. One more, exhale. And then slowly release. From here, we're just going to do a little bit of work with the flex band into our shoulders. So the feet remain about hip width apart. Hands, depends really, again, you're using a band. Sometimes I find it really beneficial to use a rod. You can use a broomstick even at home, but using a band, you can obviously create as much tension as you need to. So maybe start hip width, maybe start shoulder width apart. Tuck the pelvis under, squeeze the glutes, draw the ribs in, okay? The last thing we want to do with our shoulder dislocates is to hyperextend or to be battling with the band as it comes over our body. So taking an inhale as you reach it up, exhale, bring it down towards your bottom. Inhale, and then exhale, bring it out in front. Inhale, and then exhale. Inhale, and then exhale. One more of these, inhale, exhale, and last one. And down. Good. You're going to keep with the band, bringing it up above. Again, draw those ribs in so we're not hyperextending here. And then as you exhale, you're going to slowly flex over to your left. Now, holding that right arm up here, we're just going to be working with the left arm, working through those lats as we exhale, pull down, and then up. Exhale, pull down. So we're working into a nice lateral flexion here again. Great for the spine to move in this position, often neglected in training. Last one. Back here, use the abdominals, lift, 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 and then back to center, other side. Straighten that top arm, and then pull down with your right, exhale. One more. Back to center, abdominals, lifting you up. Bringing it out in front just to get a little bit more of the rear deltoids, okay, the backs of the shoulders here. That will help. The more we strengthen those muscles, the more it will pull us from this protracted position into more of a neutral posture position. So the band comes out in front, maybe in line with the bridge of your nose. As you exhale, pull to the chest with straight arms. Inhale, release. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And now we'll go for 10 fast. 10, 9, 8, 7 little exhales. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Well done, guys. Excellent. From here, I always finish off with balance work. If you've come to my classes, I always finish off with balance work because hopefully by this point in the class, you will have activated all those little muscles that will help us now achieve stronger balance exercises. So, but if you do need a little bit of help, it's a nice way to engage those inner thighs again, which I've been mentioning throughout the class, and also to keep that pelvic floor engaged. So from here, you either want to be on the mat. If you feel more grip on the mat, I personally prefer coming onto the floor. So I'm going to come onto the floor here. Bring my feet hip width apart. Inhale, lifting up onto the balls of the feet. I can touch the ceiling, so I might be cheating a little bit. And then slowly down. And then again, inhale, lifting up. And then exhale down. Squeezing into that ball. Squeezing into the glutes. But this is great for ankle stability as well. And again. And down. We're going to hold this one up here. Hold it here, guys. Now, I'm going to try not to cheat, okay? But now you're up into this balanced position. I want you to engage every single muscle in your body. You're going to squeeze through your core. Engage the pelvic floor, squeeze the balls, squeeze the muscles of the legs, and squeeze your glutes. But please, please do not forget to breathe. From here, close your eyes and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Well done. If you're still up here balancing, 3, 2, 1. Open the eyes. Keep reaching nice and tall, and slowly roll down through your feet. So like we rolled down through the spine earlier, you're going to roll down through your feet in 3, 2, 1. Bringing the arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, take a twist over to your left. Keep the pelvis facing forwards. Inhale, exhale, over to the right. One more time. Inhale, exhale, over to the left. One more time, guys. Inhale, exhale, over to the right. Back to center, bring the arms down. Inhale, shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, drop it down like a dead weight. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale, this time, letting go of all of that stress from the week, from the day. Squeeze every muscle, the fists, muscles of the face, and now let go. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me for that Our Dynamic Pilates class. Of course, if you have any questions or comments, you can comment below the video in the comments section. And of course, remember to subscribe to my channels, all my social media channels, whether on YouTube, Facebook, or on Instagram at Say Fitness PT. Thanks again for watching, and see you on the mat soon.